Long ago, in a small village, there lived an old woman named Mary. She was a kind and hard-working woman. She lived in a small house with her husband and their little son, David. Mary and her husband were very happy when David was born. They had many dreams for their son. They wanted him to have a good education and a better life than they had. But their happiness did not last forever. When David was only 5 years old, his father became seriously ill. The family tried their best to save him, but after a few months, he passed away. Mary was completely broken. She lost her husband, her support, and her best friend. She cried for many days. But when she looked at her little son, she found a reason to continue living. She promised herself, "I will do everything for my son. I will give him a good future." From that day, Mary worked very hard. Every morning, she woke up early and went to work. She cleaned houses, cooked food for others, and did small jobs to earn money. Sometimes, she worked from morning until night. Life was not easy. Many times, she had very little food for herself. But she always made sure that David had enough food and books for school. When David needed new clothes, Mary bought them. When he needed school fees, she worked extra hours. She never complained. People in the village often told her, "Mary, you are working too much. You need to take care of yourself." But she always smiled and replied, "My son is my future. If he becomes successful, all my struggles will be worth it." Years passed. David grew up into a smart and hard-working young man. Because of his mother's sacrifices, he received a good education. He studied hard and finally got a great job in the city. Mary was very proud. The day David got his first job, he came home and hugged his mother. "Mother, I promise I will take care of you. You worked your whole life for me. Now it is my turn to make you happy." Mary smiled with tears in her eyes. She felt that all her pain and sacrifices had finally brought happiness. After some years, David became successful. He earned good money and had a comfortable life. Then one day, David told his mother that he wanted to get married. Mary was happy. She wanted her son to have a loving family. After marriage, David moved to a new house with his wife. At first, he visited his mother often. But slowly, things started to change. He became busy with his work and family. Days became weeks. Weeks became months. Mary waited every day for her son's visit. She often sat near the window and looked at the road, hoping to see David coming. But he rarely came. One day, Mary called her son. "David, my son, I miss you. Can you visit me this weekend?" David replied, "Mother, I am very busy. I have many responsibilities. I will come later." But later never came. Mary became lonely. The woman who had spent her whole life taking care of her son was now living alone in a quiet house. Her health started getting worse. She stopped eating properly. She became weak and sad. The neighbors noticed her condition. One neighbor, named John, often visited her and helped her with food and medicine. He asked, "Mary, why don't you ask your son for help?" Mary smiled sadly and said, "He is busy with his own life. I don't want to disturb him." After some months, Mary's health became very serious. She spent her last days alone in her small house. She often looked at an old photo of David and whispered, "My son, I hope you are happy. A mother never stops loving her child." One cold morning, Mary closed her eyes forever. The news reached David. When he heard that his mother had died, he was shocked. He immediately returned to the village. When he entered his old house, he saw his mother's chair, her old clothes, and the things she had saved for him. He found a small box with his childhood photos and a letter. The letter said, "My dear son, I am proud of you. I don't need your money or your success. I only wanted your love and a little time with you. Always remember, your mother loved you more than anything in this world." David started crying. He realized his biggest mistake. He had spent his whole life chasing success, but forgot the person who made his success possible. Outside the house, the neighbor John saw David crying. He became angry and said, "David, your mother gave you her entire life. She worked day and night so you could become successful. When she needed you the most, you were not there for her." David lowered his head. John continued, "Money can buy many things, but it can never buy back the time you lost with your mother." David cried deeply, but his tears could not bring his mother back. From that day, David changed. He started helping others and always respected elderly people. He learned an important lesson. Never forget the people who sacrificed everything to make your